Chosen one, you were always different. You were not just someone who stood out from the crowd, you were a force that changed the direction of the crowd. They misjudged you. They belittled you. They tried to draw your boundaries by their own standards. But this is exactly what they were wrong about. You are not someone with boundaries. You were thought to be just a player in their game, but you were always the one who saw the whole board. While they were lost in the chaos, you quietly made your moves. You disrupted plans, upset the balance, redefined the game. Now the rest are trying to follow the echo of your steps, but in vain. Because your insight, speed, sharpness cannot be imitated. You are a variable they have not calculated. And now, while they are trying to understand your reality, you have already moved to the next stage. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video before we move on, so the chosen ones don't just watch from the sidelines. Together we build, rise, and triumph. Let's mobilize your spirit. You are in front of their eyes, but beyond their understanding. True power is not just being someone who changes the story, but shaping history according to your will. You are not just the one who sees the future, you are the one who builds it. And no matter how hard they try, they will be mere spectators in this world that you are shaping. Proof that you are not only moving forward, but exceeding previous expectations. The enemies that stand in your way are not there by chance. They are drawn to the energy that resists stagnation and appear in reaction to your irrepressible movement. They are not there to discourage you, but to be blown up by the sheer force of your determination. Clarity, flexibility, and the unshakable fire of an unbridled will are what commands victory. Physical strength alone cannot achieve it. Every step is a message rather than just a gesture. The forces that want to restrict you are interrupted with every breath. Opposition does not slow you down. On the contrary, it shows that you are influencing the future. Resistance is an affirmation of your influence, not your opponent's. There is no uncertainty or waiting for permission for the ideal time. Those who change the course of history take, not ask. You are not here to live within certain parameters. Pressure from others who do not accept them causes boundaries to crumble. The development of inevitability is what some people see as luck. The set of circumstances that moves you forward is not a coincidence. It is not the result of luck, but of truly embracing your power. Because it has to be so, the world around you responds to your presence by changing form. Every difficulty, mistake, and storm does not weaken you. On the contrary, it makes you more resilient. If you are aware of this, you were designed for this. You have never been just transient. Add the number 77 to your message to energize the universe and align your intentions with the flow of divine abundance. When someone with a purpose walks into a room, something changes. It is about quiet conviction that cannot be ignored, not about power. The weight of your presence is hard to ignore, yet it does not demand attention. They see something in you that they cannot quite make sense of, an elusive attraction that makes them curious. It is an awareness rather than curiosity, an understanding that they are standing next to someone who acts differently. You radiate an energy that removes the need for approval. You are not seeking approval. They are obsessed with something much deeper and more disturbing than simple appreciation. The comfort of their indifference is shattered when they see a change they cannot even imagine. Your very existence is proof of a reality they had not realized before. Every statement and every choice you make is evidence, not just an activity. It is the knowledge that there is something bigger that attracts them, not you as a person, and that something is taking shape before their eyes. When boundaries are violated, the interest that follows is inevitable. You are not like them. You have crossed the boundaries of limitation and entered a space where your life is no longer ruled by fear. They are looking in the mirror of what they have not yet become, not at you. You are no longer constrained by their regulations or held to their standards. They are watching you because they have to see what happens when the unimaginable becomes reality, not because they choose to. Superstition cannot bind the forces of cause and effect that are the silent creators of balance, creating invisible threads that guarantee that no action goes unpunished. Individuals who commit fraud and try to manipulate others are now caught in the web they have created. This is the normal course of an order that is much larger than any one individual. It is not revenge. When the scales shift, there is no mishap, just the rightness of a never-ending cycle. What happens to you is not a coincidence. On the contrary, it is the inevitable result of energy released long ago. Destiny moves with peaceful certainty instead of unexpected turmoil. People who used to walk proudly and use their power dishonestly are now facing the consequences of their own decisions. Their disintegration is not a mystery. Rather, it is the gradual decay of a deceptive foundation. The cosmos gives in perfect time. It neither rushes nor delays. The forces they previously ignored cause the illusions they created to crumble, not because of the actions of others. Only the restitution of all that has been given has been made. No judgment has been given. It is not only about them. It is also about the invisible forces on your side. Their fall does not indicate your victory, but a change, the realization that persistence is not in vain. This silent reckoning is the result of every challenge faced and every unjust moment endured. Not only have you survived, but you have risen above them, and now the tides are turning to bring you back into balance. Please like this video and write 33 in the comments section below if you are ready to receive divine confirmation of your worth. It has nothing to do with retaliation or proving anything. It is a confirmation that everything in this world has an effect. The invisible forces have made their position known and are at work. There is nothing wrong that is permanent in time. Transformation is a force that permeates reality and ripples through the lives of all who witness it. It does not happen in secret. You cannot ignore the change within you. It is a silent disturbance, an unstoppable force that must be recognized. It is more than simple growth. It is a rebellion against the status quo and a refusal to stay within the boundaries set by those who prefer comfort to change. Those who cling to your ascension are forced to confront their own lethargy and resistance to change. You do not want to expose them, but your presence reveals what they have been avoiding for so long. The reactions you elicit have a purpose. They are the inevitable consequences of exercising your full authority. The discomfort of people who previously thought their illusions were permanent is increasing with your presence. None of this is really about you, even if they can push you back into areas where you have transcended or reject you. This is the turmoil caused by their loss of control over a world they have previously shaped. Even if you have not chosen to oppose them, you are what they fear most right now, proof that change is not only possible, but inevitable. You will condemn with judgment every mouth raised against you, and no weapon prepared against you will succeed. Isaiah 54:17. Imagine a lighthouse standing tall in the midst of a raging storm. It does not flinch, flicker, or dim its light to make the waves more pleasant. Despite the fury of the sea and the howling of the wind, the lighthouse remains steady, unwavering, and indifferent. This is who you are, a presence that cannot be denied, a force that cannot be ignored. There is no denying the momentum you have created, but what about the opposition you face? This does not mean you are going in the wrong direction. It serves as proof that you are in the right place. You see, when something powerful passes through the earth, a shift is created and people get restless with transitions. Just because you are an ordinary human being, you are not attractive to individuals who look at you with obsessive, wide eyes and clenched fists. No, people are attracted to you because they see something that they cannot fully grasp. Your metamorphosis is forcing them to face a reality they would rather ignore, the enormous gap between their current self and their potential self. But listen, you don't have to carry this burden. You don't have to bear their pain or their uncertainty. Growth is a journey without the rearview mirror, hesitation, or waiting for others who don't move on. Their concerns do not cause the movement to slow down or demand their understanding. You are here to walk in divine power, not to beg for approval. The truth is that when God calls you higher, He does not send a proclamation seeking public approval. He doesn't call a committee to decide whether you should be promoted or not. No, you and He act together. Join Him in a move so powerful and unquestionable that it will force the world to respond. Your presence will inspire some, intimidate others, and confuse others, so much so that they will do everything in their power to bring you down. Their indifference is not because they despise you, but simply because of your presence. Let them observe. Let them whisper. Let them have difficulty in understanding. Their attachment to you is not an obstacle, so stand up. This is evidence of the impact you have left. Their scrutiny is an indication of their fear, not of your vulnerability. They know deep down that you are unique, even if they cannot yet identify it. It is no coincidence that you are here. If you feel the pull and know deep down that you are chosen, this is your time. Accept the call. Join us on our journey and fully embrace your destiny. Your adventure has just begun. You do not need to adapt. You have been invited to step forward, to rise up and walk with the assurance of someone who understands that they have been chosen for a higher mission. To make people feel comfortable, you must always speak with authority, act boldly, and never back down. The chosen ones lead, they do not submit. You change the whole environment around you, you don't just conform. If your mere presence forces others to reassess their limits, take it as proof that you are the one who sets the standard. They will either rise to meet your energy, or they will be left behind if they don't grow. Growth is a change that resonates beyond the visible. It is not limited to the physical world. Every decision and action is a statement of intention, a break with inertia. It is more than a change. It is the deliberate discarding of what no longer fits, the creation of something entirely new. Even seemingly small tasks like packing a single box, closing a door, or entering a new space have significant consequences. These actions are not trivial. They are deliberate actions to change your reality. Silence is not equivalent to real change. It shakes, and does not go away. It is a deliberate recalibration of everything you are becoming, rather than a passive drift from one state to another. Routines, places, and people are not the only things you leave behind. You are moving beyond an outdated version of who you used to be. At each stage, you need to make a decision about what to let go of and what to keep. This is mobility as renewal, a healing process that eliminates what no longer works while sharpening what remains. You should not expect comfort, as growth does not bring comfort. Every change is an alignment, an implicit contract between your potential and yourself. The energy used in this procedure is transferred back into your own development instead of being wasted. Moving forward is not just about arriving at your destination, but about being the force that shapes your own course. The idea here is that not everyone will understand. If this doesn't resonate, move on. But the message is clear for those who feel it deep down. Some people are never willing to conform, to follow certain rules, or to keep quiet to fit into someone else's story. They are the ones who confront the invisible, turn it upside down, and shine a light on it. They are the wild, invincible, and unquestionable. While others are stuck in cycles, these people blaze new paths, not for approval or appreciation, but because it is in their nature. They make every effort to break them down and create something indestructible. Their knowledge is earned, it is neither taught nor stolen. And if this resonates with you, it may be time to accept that you are not alone on this path. People who understand will come to you. You set a table before me with my enemies present. My cup overflows. You anoint my head with oil. Psalm 23:5. Imagine a banquet hall lit by chandeliers, tables laden with the choicest food, rich, abundant, and made just for you. And just above the table, people who are questioning you are silently watching you, unable to turn their heads. They could not understand why this feast was not prepared for them. No matter what they throw at you, they cannot understand how you continue to rise, to flourish, and to walk in goodness. But the problem with divine grace is that it does not demand consent. The opinions of those who try to hinder you are not taken into consideration. When you are called, you are called. And that cannot be changed by the opposition. The strongest indication that you have become unquestionable is not a show of weakness, but the intensity of their interest. They look because they don't understand how you broke free, how you overcame obstacles and left the cycle they believed you could never break. What do they fixate on? What do they watch? And what do they envy? It's not about them. It's about the change you are bringing about, the pressure that makes them uneasy, the metamorphosis that reduces their attention to background noise. The truth is that what should be breaking you is actually empowering you. Every sideways glance, every rumor, every effort to discredit you is powerless unless you empower it. But you have mastered the skill of turning resistance into success. Every dismissive word becomes fuel. Every uncertainty you experience turns into a positive move. Their obsessions do not drag you down. On the contrary, they lift you up. Instead of shrinking under their gaze, you rise. You become untouchable. The truth is that you were never designed to be small. You were never meant to follow their rules or stay within the limits they set for you. That's why they focus. That is why they are watching. Because they know in their hearts that you have something they cannot understand. Your energy is power, not just presence. It moves and disturbs and changes the mood before you even speak. Whether they love you or hate you, they feel you. So let them look at it. Let them analyze. Let them try to grasp something they were never designed to grasp. Because even while they are wasting time observing your every move, you are moving towards your destiny that was predestined for you before you were born. You are not being modest. You are not slowing down. What was meant to harm you is being taken by you and used to help you ascend. The meal is already prepared. They have already anointed you. The only thing that remains to be seen is whether you will continue to rise and move and sit in every seat that is intended for you. Because the chosen ones do not wait for approval. They walk in divine grace and take their place. Their response does not appear random. It stems from the energy you radiate. Your frequency changes the basic fabric of their perception, making them watch to compare themselves to you. Their efforts to denigrate you are frustrated not by what you say, but by who you have become. Their energies, once intended to suffocate you, now act as a driving force, accelerating your development. This is mastery, not manipulation. Their attention is not passively focused on you. The way you influence the world around you depends on you. Their curiosity about you is not driven by admiration alone. It is a tacit acknowledgement that you go beyond the boundaries they have agreed upon. Requests for permission and approval are not necessary. Only the alchemy of transforming each moment of resistance into something more, a refining of energy. Their concentration, their ideas, their silent efforts to understand, these are not burdens. You use them as resources without hesitation, creating an incomprehensible route for them. You can project more than words. It is a signal that transcends the physical realm and is an unfiltered broadcast of being. Intentions travel between invisible realms. Thoughts become currents, and the energy that surrounds you changes with every shift within you. You are much more than a part of the planet. You are causing ripples to pass, upsetting previously accepted patterns. A silent force that communicates louder than any voice could ever hope to. Your presence is a proclamation. You are not just observed, you are felt. A palpitation, a change in the atmosphere, an indisputable consciousness that persists even when you are not there. You don't have to explain to those around you why they find you attractive. They simply respond, guided by an invisible force that defies logic. This is the result of resonance and alignment, the resonance of a being that no longer fits the norm. Your vitality is demanding your presence. You don't need to declare it. This is not chance or coincidence. Your presence and the power you transmit is intentional. When someone crosses your path, their reaction is inevitable, but they may not necessarily understand why. You are doing more than just taking part in the process. You are planning it. Your influence lasts a lifetime. It settles into their world, leaving a mark that extends far beyond the visible and inexplicable. No single component forms the basis of your power. It is a smooth combination of action, emotion, and consciousness. Your steps are guided by your intuition, which enables you to direct the invisible currents in the right way. Mastering your emotions helps keep your feet on the ground and prevents outside influences from changing your path. Practice transforms the promise into an undeniable effect, turning the concept into reality. This power is not scattered. It is a power refined by alignment, a purposeful structure. You are not just a powerful person. You plan it. You act purposefully at every opportunity. It is no coincidence that your inner mastery and the outer world are connected. It is a well-designed balance. How you function in the physical world is no different from what you see beyond it. Your world is shaped by the plan. Passivity is not the same as stability. It is the ability to act with skill while maintaining control. You cannot waver between ideas and actions. As you follow the course, you shape them, weaving them together. This is command, not just flexibility. Pushing boundaries and going outside the box requires more than luck. This synchronization naturally leads to that. You have not evolved in a haphazard way. It is intentional and gets better and better with every decision you make. Your execution, emotions, and understanding are one and the same. They are interconnected and complement each other perfectly. Your ability to control not only your physical strength but all your inner energies is what makes you formidable. It is simply a purposeful momentum, a presence that transforms everything it comes into contact with, and there is no doubt or indecision. This goes beyond stability. It is a degree of control that guarantees success in every sector you enter. Strategic dominance. You don't want to draw attention to yourself. This is a consequence of the energy you radiate. You don't carry the burden of it. This puts you to the test. One aspect of your discipline is your ability to move without being distracted by other people's gaze. Your energy is not for the public. It is respected and protected by boundaries created by appreciation of its value rather than fear. Let people watch and guess, but they will never penetrate your own being. You are not a subject to be studied. You are an unstoppable force that transcends the realm of petty viewpoints. External defenses are not your armor. Your armor is your confidence in yourself. This is not passive resistance. A shield of purpose and clarity is an active fortification. Before entering your space, everything that does not serve you is rejected. Nothing worthless can pass through the entrance to your space. Unwavering determination is your sword and faith is your shield. Any force that tries to enter your personal space does more than confront you. It clashes with the unyielding power of your alignment. Your energy is not negotiable or a resource that can be stolen. What you have is impregnable and impervious to outside influences. This has nothing to do with arrogance. It is the inevitable result of having a power that remains intact under pressure. When you have a solid foundation, nothing can destroy what you have created. Attempts to discredit you are no longer as serious as they used to be. The power of absolute trust is stronger than their words, observations, and deliberate attempts to make you uncomfortable. This is not a conflict. The wrong is being exposed. Retaliation is unnecessary when every effort to bring you down makes you stronger. True power is felt rather than declared. And when you remain steadfast, the whole environment changes accordingly. Attack is replaced by affirmation. Every look, every whispered sentence, every meaningless attempt to make you uncomfortable. This is not difficult. This is proof that they are not destroying you. They are validating you. What they see as an opportunity to weaken you is actually a strengthening force for your ascension. They don't realize that they are watching your ultimate ascension, and they think they are just spectators to your struggle. They pose no danger with their concentration. It is a tacit acceptance of a power that is beyond their reach. It is not just about ascending, it is about redefining the conditions of interaction. The traditional story of dependence on external factors is no longer true. You are no longer adapting to their expectations. You are changing the fundamental structure of reality. This change is not arbitrary. It is the direct result of deliberate choices. Every step is well planned. Everything changed when you started managing instead of reacting. Nothing happened by chance. Every change, every interruption, and every seemingly coincidental event played a role in a larger plan. What others call coincidence is actually the complex unfolding of a reality shaped by your will. You didn't just take a different route. It was written by you. It was no coincidence that the foundation of your life changed. It was honed and reshaped with purpose, honed by the knowledge that the boundaries set by others were never yours. The ecosystem is now determined by your energy. The gravitational pull of your essence is inescapable. It just needs acceptance. It has nothing to do with external approval. Mastery is the key. The world does not only observe your change, it is used to recalibrate it. You are not living your life in the hope of being understood. You move forward knowing that your mere existence serves as a lighthouse for others who are still living in illusion. Every discovery, every epiphany, every flash of insight that dispels misconceptions, it was never just about you. You don't realize the extent to which your metamorphosis resonates. For others seeking their own awakening, what you have uncovered is proof. If your growth resonates with a deeper part of them, let them discover it. Those who are prepared will see the signal. Others will doubt and resist. You are not just changing your direction. For those who have the courage to stand up, you are igniting their potential. If this video resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Tell someone you think needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel and enable alerts so you don't miss more divine messages. Let's continue to share hope, love, and divine guidance together. See you in the next video. Thank you.